Good morning. My name is Zainab Ahmed, and welcome to this exciting program. We will bring into your doorstep exciting news headlines that will go deep on current happenings in this nation. I'm not alone on this program. I'm with my colleague in person of Mr. Mohammed Junaid. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Starting on today's agenda, we'll be looking at the Nation newspaper. The Nation newspaper. It says North governors declare open grazing outdated. Is open grazing outdated?
I think finally, options tried a lot of things to and had this clash, and they resolved to actually probably educate this nomadic, put more emphasis on the nomadic education, and probably try to modernize a way of animal husbandry, and this will go a long way to probably bring peace back to our land, and we'll be thinking from now moving forward, dialogue that would be the major tool to use now. I think finally it's a good one because I think finally probably the government and the people will now be able to sit at a round table and move forward. I think more about that will be in that story. That's what I feel. And this day is telling us that crush the insurgency now. Buhari orders military chiefs. Here it is. This is one order too many, but we believe this time has been troubling us.
Okay,
What
I
do you think?
think the present chief staffs will do better than the previous ones.
It has always been everybody's wish, everybody's thought, because that's the work. You have nothing else. We're not asking you to go photocopy papers for us. We're saying we have a problem, come solve it. We know it is not easy, but just give your best, and we'll be able to ratify you based on all of that. I think that's just all basically what Nigerians want from them.
Okay, now we're looking at the new telegraph, and it says FG to Nigerians brace up for petrol price increase. FG is telling us to brace up for petrol price increase. Mohammed, what do you have to
Here
say?
is a trouble I will not wish to start if I'm the federal government. Not too long ago, people went into lockdown. Before even the lockdown, a lot of people had lost jobs, and nobody expect so soon NEPA tariff, so soon petrol pump price increase, and everything seemed to be going upward.
Yeah.
And people have not really enjoyed any economic benefit, so to speak. And here it is. When you increase it now, the same economic power is what you're using to buy this high petrol. I think the government should slow down, take a step back, and probably think about the people, because if this is going forward, there will be protest anytime, and it may be too terrible. We've not even recovered from the last NSAS and the likes. So I think it should be. We should not try that now. I would advise they go back. And the pilot is telling us that look, open grazing, like the first headline.
Headlines.
The thing is this, we can't overemphasize. Um, we spoke with Magban some time past, and I think one of the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association, and they too actually said they would prefer the nomad, which is actually what they've been clamoring for years, that nomadic education would assist to stop the primitive way of grazing. They are not happy about it, but the thing about it is like, once there's a culture, especially this kind of our climb, we are Africans and we have exactly. I think with this, I feel it will save a lot of
So
things.
you
There will
welcome
be.
the idea.
Look, the thing is not me welcoming it.
Okay.
It is actually we have a problem that is facing us, which is farmers that have gone into banditry, that giving birth to kidnapping, giving birth to a lot of
yeah.
things. So I think right now it's not just the northern governors; it is actually Nigerians. All the governors are saying, "Look, let's find a way to end this," because nobody wants to listen. So I think the open grazing thing should will be faced in and they shouldn't think it will just go off. Let anybody crying like it won't just it is in phases. So let's go with the flow. Let's
The
go with the
flow.
government
Okay.
and understand the progress of this phase out.
Mm.
Leadership is saying only ranching will end farmers. Others clashes, not on governors. Same
Story,
storyline, I
yes, from the
guess.
previous
It is
headlines.
more like saying it is the right time. Though it may be coming somehow to some people late, but it is better late
Than
than
never,
never.
yeah.
Yes, what do you think? Is there any other thing you want to add to this? It's actually basically.
The same thing with the previous headlines we read earlier. I think it's a welcome idea from the northern governors.
And there's another one on the leadership that is talking about. If you see the picture there is Osibanjo actually registering his APC membership card.
Membership.
He's from Ogun State.
Okay.
There's no doubt he has to go back home to show he's one of the stronghold in that place. I think APC is doing this with with the hindsight to know who is really with them and know the calculation before bubbles burst. You trust Nigerian politics that has to do with a transfer season. And you'll be hearing a lot of things. Some people will leave from PDP to
To
ABGA,
APC, to
APC to
other
ABGA.
parties,
So
yes.
I think I wouldn't say, I don't want to sound like you're being with them, but probably it's a smart move to know who their internal enemies are.
Wow.
Who is not with them, you'll be able to figure out right now, so early before 2023. All this registration is towards
2023
2023.
election.
Exactly.
Okay, on Vanguard here we are having Labour. CSO kicks as FG plans fresh fuel price hike. Same thing with the previous headline we read earlier. So,
Like I told you, I said as if I knew. This is some people actually, civil society and
but my question is why now? Why is there going to be an increase in petrol price? Why now? The economy is bad. I
I
don't think they should be.
the truth about it is I think in the market,
Okay.
in the crude market, the oil market, it seems there's an increase, and it's more like there is some things are inevitable, but the truth about it is that why it's difficult for us here is the economics of it all. Is once we don't get it, people will always fall in line if they understand. I think the thing that is actually bringing this murmur and resistance is basically because nobody communication gap and the distrust is deep.
Trust
The
issues.
trust issue between whatever, look, there's nothing like one government is better than the other.
The other.
The whole time in Nigeria there is this distrust, and it seems rather than closing up the gap, it seems it just keeps getting deep, widening up, and the people will never trust your reason. And the funny thing is the authority will not be patient to explain this, you know segment by segment, why they arrived at this figure. Because the truth is, when you make the people understand and they see reasons why they are paying more. Now, if they're paying this much and the roads are bad, they're paying this much and there's no electricity, they're paying that much, the healthcare system is expensive. Please, the tertiary institutions not thin, the basic schools are not safe. It's the security problem. No, you can't tell anybody that look, the dollar you're getting from that crude cannot, no, they won't there will be a protest. I can assure you as good as probably in the next 72 hours we should be ready for one action drama.
I don't pray so.
It's one will come, you can't help it.
Okay, now on the Daily Sun, northern governors fault open grazing, the same as the previous headlines we read earlier.
These are captions. Yeah, these are captions. These are captions that the fault. Now the other this one is using the word fault. I don't think they faulted. They are saying it's something that should be phased out.
Okay.
Saying you are faulting it is more like giving it a kind of dimension. Yes, they realize it's a problem. It's not a fault. It was good at a point in time because before now people were living happily. We were all each other, each one another's and
Yes.
brothers keepers. But now it has become a problem. Not because of actually those routes, but because of development, population increase. The moment people increase, people move. You start having new layouts, you start having to redesign a city, an urban setting. People are moving from the rural to the urban setting. If you really go to the hinterland, you find out that they have a lot of land and space. Nothing is happening. But in the small urban setting, it's choked. It's so I think the word fault really not too nice, because it seemed like they are against their people.
Yeah.
They were bred from this system of business. So I don't think that will be trouble ahead. The Guardian is telling us that trouble ahead as APC reviews membership nationwide. Again, trouble ahead. I don't think it's trouble. Basically, it's just to understand, who is people in Nigeria per se. You can be in one party in the morning, and in the morning so I think right now they just want to understand who is with them, gauge intentions, gauge their members, and gauge their strength towards it. And again, if you go down, if you look down on that same page, you will see where Bello is actually saying APC is Africa's largest party. Yes, they can brag because they took over from what seemed to be the largest party in Africa, which was PDP. Yes, if you go by the numbers, probably their victory, they can actually say that. But if we look into the numbers, probably we can't tell. So Meabelo is for now they have the bragging right. So, and I think on this probably we'll be bringing you some other more in the to serve you on different forms of discuss. Yes, we've started with this newspaper headline. It will be coming your way virtually every morning. My name is Mohammed Jinadu, and from Zainab Ahmed, we say thank you for joining us.
Thank you.